Hey dudes, I'm Dave Rage, the average pen tester, and welcome to Server Side Request Forgery. Now, you may ask, what is SSRF? Well, it's very similar to cross-site request forgery, but instead of exploiting users, you're exploiting servers to induce unauthorized actions. Let's power up the lab and see how it works. So here we have the lab details. To solve this lab, we're going to change the stock check URL to access the admin interface at the localhost/admin and delete the user Carlos. So in the lab here, we see a whole bunch of stuff, view details, my account. We actually don't need to log in for this lab. So we're just going to click on some view details. And we're going to check the stock of some of these items. So we see that it returns 776 units. And if we look in the burp history, we see the request and the response for this. So we see a stock API, and then it returns 776. Well, this is interesting because it seems like the stock API is vulnerable to SSRF. So let's see if we can get something from here. So we're going to send it to repeater, and we're just going to replay it. Well, it comes back with 42 this time. That's weird. All right, so the stock API is what we want to attack. So to do so, we basically just need to toss some URLs in here that we think might be on the server side, internally the server side, which is going to be the local host. All right, we have the local host in there. Let's see if it works. And we get a response back. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and request this in the browser. See what we got. All right, and it looks almost exactly like the shop that we saw previously. The only difference is that there is an admin panel here. So interesting. So if we go back here and we search for the admin panel, we see the ahref of admin. Well, let's go ahead and add that onto our local host. And we got something back. So let's go ahead and just keep on repeating this process. And now we see we have the admin panel. Then we can delete Carlos right here. I'm not sure if I actually press delete on here, if it'll actually do anything. So let's just go with the methodology that we have here. And let's see if we can do it from the request in Burp Suite. So we'll do a search for Carlos. And then here we see the ahref for the button that deletes Carlos. So again, let's just add it on to what we already have. And we'll send it. We have a 302 found, and if we could see over here, hey, we solved the lab. But if we want to refresh this, we can see that Carlos has in fact been deleted. All right, cool. Well, that's SSRF. Super simple, straightforward case. In additional videos, we'll be going through a little bit more complicated cases so we can understand all the intricacies of server-side request forgery. Well, that's the lab for today. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, feel free to troll me down in the comments below. Ho ho!